results, you told me you were long software and pharma, but that you had also started building big positions in cyclicals, right? Do cyclicals still look very appealing to you?
Depends which one.
So at that point you had said that real
Tomorrow you'll ask
profitability...
me, are girls appealing to, I'll ask you which, I'll ask which one, yeah. So be cyclical,
But that's not the question I'm asking.
There are a lot of cyclicals, yeah.
Yeah, I know. So you had mentioned a few stocks then. I'm taking the liberty to mention those stocks. You had said DHFL at that point, Escorts at that point. Those were some of the stocks you spoke about.
With that time horizon of 5 to 10 years, any Indian company with good corporate allocation, good corporate governance, good allocation of capital, good return on equity, unutilized capacity, and bullish.
Financials,
industrials, everything. But these are, see, you go into a sector, also look at the criteria of companies, you know. What's the profile, what is the problem. But one thing is that in cyclicals, I think the rewards are going to be very good, but you have to have patience.
So have you been adding financial stocks to your portfolio?
Yeah, I've been adding financials.
I know, you are, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking, yeah? So, you know, what is it within financials that appeals to you? I mean, are you looking at, let's say, some of the more NBFC kind of companies, or are you looking at private sector banks or PSU banks? Again, I'm not asking you for specific names. I'm asking you for larger areas that might...
I'm not looking at PSU banks. I won't tell you what I'm looking at. Okay. I'll tell you what I'm not looking at.
Okay, you're not looking at PSU banks.
Investment angle, I'm not buying any PSU bank. According to me, the public sector banks' profitability will go up, there will be upturn. But the problem is when they need so much equity.
Sure.
I keep selling every year, Actually, it's my request to the government of India that please sit down, decide for 5 years what your disinvestment or 3 years. And don't disinvest a company every year. If you sell ONGC today, make a pledge that for 24 to 36 months we will not sell ONGC. Then only if you respect the equity, the markets will respect your equity.
Okay.
So I think India, to get better valuation of public sector stocks, whether banks or otherwise, needs to have a planned disinvestment program for the next 3 years.
In industrials, are there specific areas that look interesting to you, more interesting or more promising? Because, you know, the last set of earnings that we went through last quarter, not this time round, I think there were quite a few expectations that, you know, sort of took a hard reality check or knock, if I could say so, on industrials. We saw a lot of values come back.
I'll answer the question another way. See, for trading, I sold all my cyclicals, most of them, I would say, not all, and my, you know, immediate economy related stocks just 1 or 2 months into the rally in June, July. Because see, there are a lot of expectation built in, which is going to take time, right? If you want to buy with a 3 to 5 year horizon. The cyclical, there could be some instances where the returns
So you sold and you rotated your money into what?
No, trading positions. I'm talking about trading positions.
I'm talking about trading positions only.
And rotated into what I told you, I don't want to tell you what I bought here.
Sectors, not stocks, sectors and
sectors, I don't know.
You said you exited a lot of your
I told you I don't want to talk companies, I don't want to talk sectors now. Next.
In May, you had told me that Infosys was still some time away from a turnaround. Now, with a change in leadership, do you believe that that company and therefore the stock, by extension, looks more interesting?
The first 3 months of marriage are always good. You're not married, so you won't know.
No.
So you have to let the marriage pass to really know. No? So this is the first quarter. I don't know. I'm hopeful, and you know it could be a very good turnaround. But I think we still have to. They've underperformed TCS. There's no doubt about it. By leaps and bounds. So let us see what happens. And I think they could and they could not. We don't know.
We've seen USL go through a fairly rough patch over the last few quarters. A delay in announcing its earnings, a big write-down that took place. You know, there is a cleanup going on there. How confident do you feel about the USL story?
For the next 15 years?
Well, hopefully 2 to 5 years. If you could give me, that would be nice. Who's seen 15 years?
No, ma'am, I have bought USL. And I, at this moment, think that if I have 50 to 53% of India's liquor market, and I have Diageo skills and corporate governance, the short term may be a little, you know, cloudy. But the long term is, you can't imagine. You have 50 to 53% of India's liquor market. You have the world's largest company owning it. You have the highest corporate governance. You have the highest skills in running a spirits business. I think it's a lethal combination.
What about e-commerce valuations? I mean, you know, is there some way you're looking at playing what's going on in the e-commerce space? I asked Ramesh the same question.
I think it's crazy.
And he said, I'm approaching it. The proxy for me, because most of these companies are unlisted, are logistics players, supply chain players.
Do I have to participate in every party in the world? I want to ask you one thing. Just Dial has got 700 crores cash in the balance sheet.
Just Dial was one of your big investments. No?
I sold him.
I know you sold out.
He's going to raise 1,000 crores for what? What is he going to do with 1,700 crores cash in his balance sheet? How is he going to use? We will have inorganic opportunities, okay. So, ma'am, there is no respect for equity. Anyway, in the short term, the price could be 10,000. But I know entrepreneurs who give respect to equity give return to investors.
So you think some of these startups like Flipkart, etc., have diluted way too much, way too quickly?
Well, they could grow, but how much the investors will earn, I have a doubt.
I want to ask you one stock-specific question. I'm told that you're, so there are two actually. Your interest in MCX and your interest in GSFC.
GSFC, I have a position, it's a trade, it's not an investment.
And MCX?
I made an investment in MCX and I am very bullish.
On the exchange business?
On the exchange business. Because I think, it's like in 1999 when I bought CRISIL, everybody wanted to play on the financials in the Indian market. I thought CRISIL is the best proxy for financials. Right? It's unique. So if I want to have an investment in India's financials, MCX is best because it's unique.
Okay.
And it's a play on the trading and the hedging and the liquidity and the growth of Indian markets.
Sure.
And to establish a near monopoly with 85 to 90% market share in commodities, I think it's an unassailable position.
If your expectation is that we're in a super, we're set at the beginning of a bear market in commodities, do you expect that to play out in any fashion on trading volumes for, an exchange like MCX, and therefore would that influence?
Consumption is not going to go down.
I'm just asking.
And once all this trading, once you're habituated, in India, where is the hedging? Where is the development of the financial markets?
So this is a 5-year investment for you? 10-year investment for you?
Who knows?
But it's an investment, it's not your trading portfolio. It's not your trading portfolio. GSFC? You said yes, your position.
Again, one stock.
No, that is the same. Those are only two stocks.
I can tell you.
All right. Rakesh, since we've come to the end of our interview, let me ask you, what would your message to fellow investors in the Indian equity markets be on this auspicious occasion of Diwali?
I say be bullish, right? I think for longer term, there's a lot of money to be made in the stock markets. But invest what you can afford, or invest with the idea that there could be risk also. So invest what you can afford easily, right? Don't be cynical about India. I think it's going to be the greatest opportunity we ever had, right? And I think the next India is going to have a bull market which will surprise you even 5 years later, 10 years later, 15 years later, and 20 years later. I reserve the right to be wrong. Believe in India, happy investing.
All right. Thank you very much, sir, for your time.